G'day there guys, it's Connor here again and we are reading some more stories from Reddit. As always, if you enjoy these videos, be sure to hit like and subscribe and also the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Alrighty guys, let's get right into it. And don't worry, I am still feeding Marquis. Alrighty folks, we're on relationships. This one was written by user Oh Crap and it's titled, "A year ago, I broke up with my lying boyfriend. Today, I found out that everyone else was lying and he was being truthful. A year ago, I was about to move in with my first serious boyfriend, Josh, with whom I was head over heels in love, when one of my closest friends said that Josh had shown them a nude photo of me on his phone when he was drunk during a party. 5 or 6 more of my friends corroborated the story and told me that Josh also talked in extreme detail about our sex life when showing the photo. It was sickeningly detailed. This did not sound at all like Josh. When I asked him what the F was going on, he denied everything. He eventually got very angry and started calling all of my friends liars. At one point, he showed up at my place while some of them were visiting, and things got a little physical. It was really a very strange turn of events in my life. Josh seemed so worked up, and all of my close friends were calling him a liar. Josh had taken photos of me on his phone, which I know was stupid, but heat of the moment and everything. So I trusted my friends and I broke up with Josh. It was heart-wrenching. Josh begged me to believe him. He started tearing up, nearly punched the wall, and left angrily. I was really grossed out at the time and felt super conflicted. A few months later, I started dating one of the friends, Alex, who had told me about Josh showing everyone the photo. All of my friends were pushing me to date Alex at the time. We didn't really sync and it didn't go past a few months, but we remained friends of sorts. So today, another friend sends me a message that says he just wanted to get something off his chest. The story about Josh wasn't true, and they were really trying to get me to date Alex, so they made up that story about Josh. After talking to a few of the other people, including Alex, it's all come out that they were lying. It was this frickin' orchestrated bullcrap event that totally changed my life forever. Apparently they hated Josh and thought he was bad for me and an a-hole. That was my frickin' decision. I'm shaking right now. I cried in the office bathroom for about 2 hours afterwards. I loved Josh so much. We were planning a life together, and I've been friends with that group since high school. What the F? I guess I'm supposed to stop talking to my friends, right? I cannot possibly come back from this and still talk to them, right? This basically nukes my group of friends, but how could I ever look at them again? Also, I need closure with Josh. Can I call him? Should I call him? Should I unblock him on Facebook and message him? What do I do? Oh my god, some friends they are. I mean, yeah, you can always get in contact with Josh and tell him what happened and why you didn't believe him at the time, but you just got to come to terms with the fact that he's under no obligation to accept your apology. Let's go to the comments. Holy crap. Yes, at the very least, these people need to not be a part of your life ever again. Frick, nuke the friends, find new friends. Even a life of bitter, friendless loneliness is better than one that involves these people. Make no exception. Cut all contact. So gross. As for Josh, you should reach out to him. You owe him an apology for how things went down. I don't know if this will mean anything further will happen, but the conversation should at least be him learning the truth about what went down. Yeah, unblock him from Facebook and write a long letter. If this goes unanswered, attempt to get the message to him through one of his friends. Good luck. F your friends, and especially F Alex. He thought he had the right to crush you with a lie to free you up for him? He thought he could have a relationship with you when it started like that? Wow, if I were you, I might hit up some counselling to see if there was any warning signs you may have missed, that every last one of your friends was a snake. Might give you eagle eyes for new friendships ahead, but I'm not blaming you at all. These people are truly frickin' disturbed. You do realise that your friend group orchestrated a lie to get you to bang Alex, right? And that lie alienated someone you loved right out of your life and left you dating someone that manipulated his way into your life. That's abuse. Just flat out abusive, manipulative behaviour done because your friends thought they knew better than you and thought they were the ones who should decide your sex and romantic partners. If it were me, I wouldn't just be angry, I'd be frickin' livid. Red in the face from shouting livid. If you want to apologise to Josh, that's up to you, but I wouldn't do it with any expectation that he'll forgive you or even respond. Realizing that you shouldn't have chosen your friends over him in retrospect doesn't change the fact that you did, and even if he isn't still hurt by that, he may not have any sympathy for what you're going through right now. As for your friends, I don't see how you could come back from that either. Maybe the one who confessed has figured out how effed up the plot was, but could you really bring your future boyfriends around any of them again? Especially the guy who deliberately broke up your relationship with a lie so he could have his shot at you? Some social groups aren't meant to survive high school, especially if they can't grow out of that mentality. Sounds like it's time to start cultivating some new relationships. Yeah, hard to argue with those comments. What do you guys think? Alright, let's go to an update. Even though everyone seemed to think this was a terrible idea, I sent Josh an email on Friday. I copied it here. Josh, I don't know if you're still connected to anyone on Facebook, but if you are, you probably already know why I'm sending this. And I know it's totally unfair and selfish to contact you, but I cannot imagine going through the rest of my life without apologizing. So before I say a bunch of embarrassing things, more than anything, I want to say that I'm sorry I did not trust you. I am sorry I let other people decide our relationship. I am sorry for what I put you through. But I figured this might be my only chance to say this, so here comes the really lame, embarrassing stuff. I spent the past day thinking about the past year, where I would be if I had believed you, what my life would be like. Would we be engaged? Would we be married? I'm not over you. I want to try again. I'm not asking you to marry me, but if you ever find yourself thirsty, I would love to buy you a beverage of your choice. I want to talk to you again. I miss everything about our relationship. I miss you getting annoyed when I stole your French fries. I miss fighting with you over money. I miss making you breakfast. I miss watching The Office with you over and over and over. I miss you. My information is still the same. I would not blame you if you ignored and deleted this. Just know that I know. I'm really sorry. So I sent it and tried to take my mind off of it. Just writing it and sending it was extremely cathartic. I spent Saturday morning sitting around watching an old movie when someone rang my doorbell. Assuming it was Amazon, I ignored it and waited for the delivery driver to leave so that I could sneak out and grab the package. I was in my robe. After a minute or two, I walked over to the door and looked through the hole. It was Josh. Obviously, my heart leapt into my throat. I had been compulsively checking my phone for a response, but I was not expecting something like that. Everything in my house, including me, was pretty disheveled. I cracked the door, smiled, said hi, and told him that I had to get dressed really quick. What a terrible interaction. So I ran around my place, throwing crap into corners, pulled my hair back, found something to wear, and went back to the door. Quote, I'm here for that beverage. I only had OJ and water, which was also pretty embarrassing, but Josh stuck around anyways. He didn't ask many questions, really. I started to talk about the nude photo incident, but he said he didn't really care to talk about it. We both know all of the details now, he said. The conversation eventually grew a bit aimless, and we were just talking like old times. It was wonderful. He asked if I was hungry. I wasn't really, but of course I said I was. We went to a nearby burger place that we used to go to all the time. He did ask whether or not I'd dated Alex. He didn't seem too upset by my answer. I asked him if he'd dated anyone. He had a 6-month relationship in the interim. She sounded great, but I didn't pry. When we got back to my place, Josh asked what I was doing the rest of the day. I don't have plans, I said. We spent the rest of the day together, then the night. It's totally stupid to move that fast, but I'm not going to spend much time worrying about it. I'm feeling happy. We spent part of Sunday together too, then Tuesday and Wednesday. We discussed what we were doing. 2 single people dating each other was the consensus. Exclusive? Yes. I think the world of him and will always regret what happened. No matter what though, I'm extremely happy I sent the letter to him. It's interesting to think that if he had actually done what everyone accused him of and then I took him back, I would probably have trust issues. Now obviously I trust him to the core. He could tell me the world was flat and I'd have trouble questioning him. Just a weird thought I've been having. So that's the story. We are together again. Will it work out? I hope so. No matter what, things are better today than they were last week. Wow, and there you go guys. Yeah, pretty good ending there. I mean, Opie must be thanking the heavens that Josh found it in his heart to forgive her. He's certainly much more forgiving than most would be in this situation. What about you guys? What do you think about this one? Let me know down in the comments. Alrighty guys, let's move on to another story. Okay, we're jumping over to Am I the A-hole? This one was written by user Ivy Lou Free Bush, and it's titled, Am I the a-hole for cancelling on my friend visiting out of state after something his friend said? My close friend, who I've known a long time, probably 7 years, who I also share reciprocated somewhat heavy romantic feelings for, moved out of state after high school. He's back visiting and we had plans to spend the whole day together, and he paid for a hotel for us to stay at. It was also just his birthday. We've both been really looking forward to these plans and spending time together, and he flew a long ways and spent a lot of money to be here. Last night we were at his friend's house after hanging out at the bar with a larger group of his friends. We'd all been sitting outside drinking, and I get really tired and get up without saying anything to lay down on the couch, and I end up falling asleep. My friend comes upstairs to say he'll be back with a blanket for me. Some time goes by before I hear him and his friend come upstairs and whisper at length. I couldn't quite make out what was being said, but I did hear snippets and could make out that I was a topic of the conversation being had. He comes back and asks if I want to sleep in the friend's bed, and I say no, I was comfortable on the couch. He asks, "Are you sure?" and I say yes. The friend then goes upstairs, and the guy I've been talking to stays on the couch with me. I ask them what they'd been talking about, and he gets defensive and says, "What, did you have your ear pressed against the door?" As if they hadn't been standing 3 feet away from me. He started to laugh, and when I asked him what was funny, he offhandedly mentions his friend had been pushing for him and I to have sex in the friend's bed, among some other weird stuff. He then said the friend had suggested spit roasting me. I shot up and said that is so weird and disrespectful to say, especially about someone asleep on the couch, and he started defending his friend, saying he told him no, and his friend didn't mean anything by it, and that he's a really sweet guy. I was pretty drunk and tired, so I just brushed it off and went back to sleep. The next morning I left while everyone was sleeping, not knowing how to feel about it. He texted me and said he got really drunk and doesn't remember ever coming inside. I refreshed his memory about what had been said, and he immediately apologized and said that it wasn't okay, and he's sorry for making me uncomfortable, and that he talked to the friend and they're sorry too. I told him I didn't want to be around him and don't want to see him today. I feel bad because he had to coordinate his days with places to sleep and getting rides, and he spent money on this hotel specifically for me and blocked the day out for me, not to mention he's visiting out of state and I don't know when he'll be back. Am I overreacting about the situation? Should I still make an attempt to see him before he leaves? No, absolutely unacceptable thing to say. Let's look at the comments. He remembers. He started out saying he didn't because he knew you were mad and was trying to cover his tracks. Don't feel bad. Be bummed he turned out to suck, but don't give him a pass. He just showed you who he is. Not the a-hole. Neither your potential romantic partner nor his friend were joking. As the saying goes, in vino veritas. In alcohol there is truth. They meant what they said and were whispering about. The fact that he is defending his friend is also telling. This type of comment is not a joke, no matter the context, but especially not when someone is asleep on the couch after having been drinking. Walk away, block him. Just because he spent money to be there, etc., does not entitle him to treat you with such blatant disrespect. Not the a-hole. He was in no way, shape or form drunk enough to excuse what he said. No amount of being drunk ever would. He knows he screwed up your friendship, possibly permanently, and he's trying to backtrack. Don't fall for it. He wasn't that drunk. He said that to try and get a pass. Not the a-hole. It's scary to be a drunk woman trying to sleep, only to be told 2 of the men in the house wanted to double team you. Maybe he was drunk and not thinking, but there is also a decent chance he was trying to see if you'd be up for it during a time when you could not consent. SA happens like this all the time. I wouldn't feel comfortable either, and I would certainly never be vulnerable around him or his friends again. Opie makes an update the next day. I didn't even realise how potentially scary that situation could have been for me until everyone brought it up to me, considering I trusted him, but points were made about how he wouldn't have been whispering were he that blackout drunk. I told him I didn't believe he didn't remember and that I was disgusted and wouldn't trust him with mine or any other girl's safety, and that I want nothing to do with him. All of a sudden he remembers every detail enough to defend the entire conversation after telling me yesterday he didn't remember anything after coming inside. He kept defending the fact that it wasn't a plan, just a joke. You're alright. I'll be cutting off contact permanently. Yeah, and good riddance, I say. Alrighty folks, that's the end of that story. Let's move on to another one. Okay, same subreddit. This one was written by user Kelsey Elizabeth, and it's titled, Am I the a-hole for getting my roommate to hook up with my ex to get my favourite coffee mug back? I collect coffee mugs shaped as cool things. Anyways, I dated a guy for a year that brought me back this mug from the States shaped as a shark. Handle was a fin. A semi-expensive mug. I looked into buying another one. I love sharks more than anything, so this was the perfect gift. This mug was so perfect that I would never use it for coffee because coffee wasn't worthy of this mug. When we broke up, despite my love for the shark mug, I put it in the box of stuff you give back to your ex, thinking it would bring back too many memories. Now, a year later, I'm happily with someone else, and these memories are no longer. I basically just want my favourite mug back. My roommate, who is newly single, is on Tinder and happened to match with my ex. I explained the mug story, and now we've made it a mission for her to go over there, hook up with him, and take the mug in the morning. To be fair, he's only looking for the hookup as he stated in his profile, so no emotional sabotage. Edit, to be fair, she was already planning on hooking up with him anyways. I just told her to comment on the mug if she saw it to be funny. She said she would just to get it back. I mean, you could ask, but that's one way of doing it, I suppose. Let's go to the comments. You're the a-hole, but this is so funny that I don't care. Mission Impossible theme plays in the background. Jaws theme plays after that. You're the a-hole, but who cares? Hilarious and keep on keeping on. This is like a Seinfeld episode. You're the a-hole, so you're pimping your friend for a mug? Nice. You're the a-hole, but have her check his cabinets for other cool mugs as well. If you're gonna steal one, might as well keep going. Opie says, ha ha ha, could you imagine? Man, I slept with this girl last night, and when she left, half of my mugs were gone. You're the a-hole, but do it anyways because you're a pimp. And if a pimp wants it, a pimp gets it. Please update. Opie with a quick update. I know you all desperately want this edit. He's invited her over to check out his new place and when he's done moving, with a wink at the end of course. So, progress. Unpack kitchen essentials and chill anyone? Emergency update. The ex and my roommate are still talking, but now my ex's roommate has also matched with her on Tinder and is asking her to come over, same house. This plot twist is frickin' unreal. Update, Operation Shark Rescue is currently a go. Wish you luck, Reddit. Whew, I wonder if they get it. Let's find out. Hello again, Reddit, and thank you for coming with me on Operation Shark Mug. I am pleased to update you all on this fine Thursday. This is what has happened. The roommate did in fact sleep with the ex. The roommate did in fact see the mug, and she also did not take it back. The sex was inevitable. I thought all was lost in Operation Shark Mug. My dreams crushed, to say the least. Game over. But then, I recently was in a wedding which the ex attended as a close friend. Him and I made a conversation about the roommate, about the mug, and eventually I came clean about the plan. Yeah, that's right, I'm not a total dickhead after all. He told me that it was a hilarious plan, but that he had to be honest with me. The shark mug, you see, was too important to use as well. So, the fate of the shark mug is his freaking toothbrush holder. He sent me picture evidence later that evening, and I told him I deserved it for the plan I hatched. End of the day, it was a good laugh for all. The end. Toothbrush holder, I guess that's one way of using it. Let's read some final comments. So, he got to bang her friend and kept the mug? Clearly there's a winner here, and it's not the OP. This is one of those ones where the stakes are so low that I legitimately don't care that Opie is kinda being an ass. It's funny as hell, lol. The real heart of the story is that everyone has a favourite mug. Mine's a Cornishware mug that I picked up at university in Cornwall some 20 years ago. FYI, Cornishware is blue and white wide stripes. I mentioned to my mum that I was amazed I'd kept it intact for so long. The following week, she dropped it on the stone floor. I miss my damn mug. I can get a replacement. They're cheap as chips and so common, but still. And what's your favourite mug? Let me know in the comments. I have a manta ray mug because my partner loves collecting mugs as well, so Must be a more common thing than I initially would have thought. Anyway, enough about mugs. That's the end of that story. And that's it from me today. Hope you guys enjoyed those stories. Thanks for making it to the end, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day. Cheers.